Today I'm going to share with you a gluten-free pancake and waffle recipe that I've been making for over 10 years. This is a highly customizable recipe that you can make paleo, you can make vegan, and you can substitute most of the ingredients in this recipe if you want to. So let's start with our dry ingredients. You're going to want to start with 1 1/4 cups of gluten-free flours, a half a cup of gluten-free starch, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of salt. Now for your 1 1/4 cups of gluten-free flours, you can use practically any mix of flours you like, such as all almond flour, 1 cup of almond flour and 1/4 a cup of coconut flour, or 3/4 a cup of brown rice flour and 1/2 a cup of millet flour. What you don't want to use is all coconut flour, 1/4 a cup at the most. All sweet rice flour, actually don't even use any. All brown or white rice flour, 3/4 a cup at the most, or all tiger nut or cassava flour. Personally, I wouldn't use tiger nut or cassava flour at all, but you can try up to 1/4 a cup and see how it goes. If you want an even deeper dive into the ingredient options and what to use and not to use, I'll share the link in the description box to my free gluten-free ebook, which has this recipe and more. Here I'm using a half a cup of almond flour, a half a cup of oat flour, and 1/4 a cup of coconut flour. Then you'll need a half a cup of gluten-free starch. You can use potato starch, tapioca starch, cornstarch, or arrowroot starch. Here I'm adding a half a cup of tapioca starch, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and half a teaspoon of salt. Whisk everything together until completely mixed and then add your wet ingredients. You'll need 3 eggs, 2 tablespoons of oil, 1/4 a cup of applesauce, and milk or water, at least a half a cup, and just add more as needed. To make these egg-free, skip the eggs, increase your baking powder to 2 teaspoons, and add more milk or water in the last step. Then add 2 tablespoons of oil or melted butter, it can be dairy or non-dairy, or melted coconut oil. Then you'll add 1/4 a cup of applesauce, or you can sub that in with any mild flavored steamed pureed fruits or vegetables like sweet potato, pumpkin, or zucchini. Then go ahead and whisk the wet and dry ingredients together until smooth, adding milk or water a little at a time until you get the right consistency for a pancake or waffle batter. You can use dairy or non-dairy milk, or just use water if you want. Depending on what ingredients and flours you've used, you'll need different amounts of liquid, so I just add the liquid a little at a time until I get the consistency I want. Now in the corner you'll see another option, which is to blend all the wet ingredients together in a blender, which I do when I have raw spinach or kale on hand. You can blend in a small handful of raw spinach or kale without it affecting the flavor much. I do this all the time, and it's an easy way to get veggies into you or your kids' diets. Once everything is all blended together, make your pancakes or waffles. If making pancakes with almond flour, turn the heat down a tiny bit because almond flour burns more easily. And that is it. This makes delicious gluten-free pancakes and waffles that you can customize however you like. And if you want this all written down with all of the substitutions, I'll leave a link to my free ebook below. I know that when it comes to recipes, the comments are really helpful. So if you make this recipe, come back and leave a comment letting us know what ingredients you used and how it worked for you. And if this was helpful, please give it a like or share it with a friend. It really helps my channel. Have a wonderful day and enjoy your pancakes or waffles.